You submit the application at 10 p.m, and the next day you receive nothing but silence. It feels personal, but the first gate is often software screening, followed by a rushed human scan. Modern hiring can act like an elimination process, where small mismatches can remove candidates before any real conversation begins. That makes job boards and mass submissions risky because they hide your fit behind generic documents and keywords. Even with about 10 million vacancies each month, the wrong method can keep you invisible for weeks. When the process remains random, confidence erodes, savings shrink, and choices feel narrower than they really are. A recruiter may search your name, scan the first page of results, and judge your credibility in seconds. Meanwhile, you refresh inboxes, adjust the same resume, and never learn what problem the hiring manager needs solved. This video is inspired by What Colour is Your Parachute? By Richard Bolles, so buy it for the complete roadmap and deeper examples. Subscribe for more videos that turn confusing job searches into clear weekly actions and calmer decisions. Hiring now reflects caution, as many organisations keep their staff small and add people only when necessary. This caution introduces more filters, more gatekeepers, and a greater emphasis on proving value before you are considered. When employers fear a bad hire, they look for reasons to screen you out rather than taking a chance. A resume alone often cannot alleviate that fear, so it is treated as a rough clue, not a decision. One applicant submits a resume online, crosses fingers, and waits as automated systems sort through the pile. Another applicant reaches the same company through someone inside and gets a real conversation before any form. This difference matters because the winning path reduces risk by adding context, evidence, and trusted referrals. It shifts the narrative from job seeker to problem solver, which is what hiring managers actually want. A practical first step is to choose one field and one type of problem, then learn its language and needs. Then, build a short list of places where that problem exists instead of chasing every opening you see. Two job hunting strategies dominate, the traditional approach and the parachute approach, and they lead to different outcomes. The traditional approach relies on resumes and online postings, while the parachute approach relies on targeted conversations and proof. Resumes are easy to ignore, but conversations create a human commitment to guide you toward the right manager. That is why the key role is a bridge person, meaning someone who connects you to a specific workplace. A career changer asks a contact for advice, not a job, and gets names of insiders to call. After a 19-minute conversation, one insider introduces them to the manager who owns the problem. This method works because it replaces random outreach with a chain of people who can vouch for fit. It also forces research because you must know what you want before asking anyone to spend time helping. Start by listing friends, former co-workers, teachers, and community ties. Then ask each for one referral. Keep the request small, keep the time brief, and treat every call as practice for the next one. A job hunt improves when self-knowledge becomes specific, as employers respond to clarity rather than vague enthusiasm. The flower exercise is a structured self-inventory that maps 7 petals, each describing a key part of fit. These petals cover people you like, tasks you enjoy, skills you love, knowledge you value, and conditions you require. They also include the pay you need, plus the place and purpose that make the work worth doing daily. Someone may chase a prestigious industry, but the petals reveal they actually need autonomy, calm teamwork, and clear boundaries. Another might assume any higher title will help, but the petals show the real problem is using skills they dislike. Once this picture is clear, networking and interviews become easier, as you can explain what you offer in plain terms. It also helps you refuse bad fits early, so you do not waste months repeating the same disappointment. Fill each petal with real examples from work, school, and life. Then circle the items that energize you. Subscribe for more videos on building career direction that matches your strengths, your limits, and your values. Before any interview, many employers research candidates online, and your name becomes the first screening document. The first page of Google results often displays your resume, forming an opinion before you even speak. A messy online trail can create doubt, while a clear one supports trust and makes your story easier to believe. This matters because hiring already feels risky, so anything that reduces uncertainty raises your chances of a callback. A manager searches a candidate, sees outdated profiles and contradictions, and decides the person looks careless. Another candidate curates a consistent profile, shows work samples, and is easy to contact through clear links. An online presence supports the same goal as networking, which is helping the right person say yes with less fear. It also supports informational interviews because people respond faster when they can see who you are and why you called. Type your name into a search engine. Note what appears first, then clean, update, and simplify what you control. After that, reach out for short research conversations and bring one specific question that shows you did your homework. An interview functions best as a conversation, as both parties are testing fit, not staging a performance. Interviews can be of different types, including practice talks, information exchanges, and hiring discussions with the person who can say yes. Treating every interview as a uniform event can lead to missed opportunities to learn, build alliances, and reduce pressure. Employers vary widely, so rejection from a few places does not predict how other managers will respond. One candidate speaks only about themselves, offers no examples, and leaves the employer unsure of the results. Another candidate provides concise answers, shares concrete stories, and asks questions that reveal the real daily work. A focus on evidence sets the stage for salary discussions, as pay is easier to discuss after they clearly want you. A key rule is to delay salary discussions until late, as the goal is to uncover the maximum they are willing to pay. If asked early for a number, politely redirect and try to let the employer mention a figure first. Then, negotiate within the range, using your evidence and the role's demands, rather than guessing or apologising. A career is not a single decision but a method you can repeat whenever life or work changes. The goal is not perfect certainty, but steady progress toward work that matches your strengths, needs, and values. Start by recognising how hiring screens for risk, then choose the approach that fosters real conversations. Use a bridge person network and combine it with the flower exercise to make your target clear and specific. With that clarity, your online presence supports trust, and your outreach feels focused rather than desperate. Interviews become two-way decisions, and you learn faster which managers and workplaces will truly fit. When an offer appears, salary negotiation becomes calmer, tied to a range and supported by evidence. Pick one next step today, such as one informational interview, one profile update, or one petal filled with details. Small consistent actions compound, and soon the job hunt feels like a process you can steer. Subscribe for more videos that help you get hired with clarity, evidence, and relationships instead of guesswork.